one is your demand destruction. Now, what is demand destruction? That means I'll buy 10 grams of gold at 16,000. I'll buy at 21,000. I'll buy 10 grams of gold at 27,000. Will I buy 10 grams of gold at 50,000? Yeah, there will be some point when people will say, "Oops, I can do without gold." Yeah, and that's a way of one way of looking at it. So what we mean by demand destruction is that means a price. Might be a price where people will say, "Sorry, I don't want it anymore." Yeah, but then the reverse will start happening. Everyone will say, "Oops, this is the top. Let's start selling," and then we can see the opposite happening. So that will spoil the market. The other one is your other kinds of varieties of risk that you've seen. There could be political and restructuring, a social thing, and sovereign debt and natural disasters. All that can also have an impact. That impact will come via currency if it happens. But the thing is, I, as an investor in any of these base metals, I need to be very much aware of what can spoil my investments. So if I am getting into this particular asset class, I better be my mind should be very clear as to what I want, or I should be linked to someone who will give me advice at the right time. It's very nice to read newspapers and watch television and take a decision, but ideally you should be linked to someone who has got research and who will be advising you correctly and at the right time as well. Silver, okay, here we come with silver. Right. Okay, silver. You can see what's happening. Oops, at 10, I don't know why the color is not come there, for whatever reasons. Well, anyway, I'm not sure why. For some particular reason, the color is missing there. Okay, but so I'm not able to compare 9 and 10 there. But just to tell you that industrial use of silver has gone up in the last year. Okay, in other words, it's not just the cosmetic usage of silver or jewelry and all, but it is the industrial use which has gone up. We will see where this particular silver is being used, and that will explain to you that even if something happens to the dollar, something happens to any of the other variables, the demand will remain for silver, which is why many people have already factored that in, and that is why there is so much interest from, I'm sure, the gentlemen here as well, as the silver, what's happening to silver. The demand side, if you look at what is happening to silver, industrial use, we're saying highest electrical and thermal conductivity of any metal, that is silver. Yeah, it's highly malleable. It's electrical and electronics, there's your mobiles, your keyboards, your refrigerators, they all use silver. Now, if I'm talking about the kind of a growth that we are experiencing in India or in China or in Asia, we're going to have more people, it's already happened, more and more people using keyboards and more people buying refrigerators and water filters, and silver is used in that. So the industrial use of silver is going great guns. Yeah? Solar energy uses silver, medical applications using silver. The new uses are found all the time for silver. And there's some, I don't know, I'm sure some of you might throw light on this. Anything I missed out here that you think we use silver in?
Yes.
Yep.
Biggest use, you are not pointing out.
Yep. Yeah.
We have the radioactive films.
Radioactive?
Films. Process, even do the X-ray processing on the films.
Okay.
That's silver line.
That's silver line.
That going on all your industrial images, say the pipeline with the X-ray or some of the plants there. So whenever growth is taking place, to silver will be again on the place.
Okay. Yes, sir.
That is being used in the manufacturing of aeroplanes.
In manufacturing of aeroplanes.
And then computers, and then medicines, pharmaceuticals.
Absolutely.
That's what you pointed out. But aeroplanes is something which is extensively being used.
But any idea where in aeroplanes they use it?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Maybe
Aeroplanes they use it. Okay. All right. But anyway, but there are some new uses found, and the point is there are more and more. Is the demand for this is going to grow. Precious metals, of course, there. We all know about that. Jewelry and silverware. Okay. Decorative use, photography. But because photography, that particular chart didn't show it so clearly because of that problem with that particular slide. But it is going down in photography because of digital cameras. But the point is decorative use and so on, and jewelry that is there. maybe if gold goes up too high, then maybe we might just do with silver. But then if silver is going to play catch, okay, then I'm not sure what we're going to use. All right, then we're going to use copper, I suppose. Okay. The demand side, total fabrication demand is growth year-on-year of 10%. Industrial offtake is expected to grow by 18% in this particular year. This industrial, that includes what you had in mind. Photographic demand is mainly due to digital technology has come down. Jewelry and the silverware demand combined expected to decline marginally year-on-year. And there's upsurge in coin demand. So people are buying lots of gold, silver coins. Okay, so this is the demand side of it. Supply, we can see. Right, we can see that mine production has gone down from 80% to 78%. So, extraction from mines has actually gone down in the last 1 year, whereas the usage has gone up. Okay, let's look at the silver producing countries. India also produces silver, 7.3 billion ounces of silver, but the major ones are from Peru and Mexico. There's South America, China is also. Now you look at the silver producing countries. Now, why would I be looking at that? The same reason like I gave you for gold. I need to know what's happening in those economies. If things are going bad there, like if there's a revolution, a coup, and what have you, it will have a direct impact on silver. So I will be looking at, keeping in my back of my mind, I keep watching what is happening to Peru, what's happening to Mexico, China, mainly the first top 4 countries there. If there is some sort of upheaval or any problem happening there, then it will eventually have a spurt. You will see a spurt in prices of silver. The other one is your silver producing companies. So they could be your BHP, Billiton, or your Pan American Silver, which is Canada. These are all listed companies. They all produce silver in some form, either direct or indirect. So the point is, these are the estimates for the year 2011, and there's one way of investing. If I've got investments in any of these companies, if I'm getting the silver, it needn't necessarily be indirectly. It can also be indirectly by buying shares of such companies. So, want to invest in bullion? So I can do physical. I can buy physical biscuits and coins. Okay. So that's one way of. So how many of us are buying biscuits and coins here? Yeah, quite a few. No, it's a couple. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the next one is your National Spot Exchange. Yeah, which we already heard about, e-silver, e-gold, e-copper, e-lead. That is what they have. That is your other way of getting into bullion in a direct way. And only the first two count there, gold and silver. But I was very happy to learn today that palladium is also coming on the scene here. Palladium, I'm sure, and they'll be launching that also. That is your other direct way of getting into silver. I think it's quite a interesting way of investing in. The other one is your mutual fund route. We have talked about gold ETF. Silver ETF is still, we are waiting on I'm not sure what's holding the government, but I'm sure this will happen eventually. That is your indirect method of investing in silver. We have commodity stocks. You've got mining and refining companies whereby I'm investing actually indirectly. So that is your third method of investing in this particular segment. Then you have your commodity futures. That is our direct method. Of course, that is depends on how you look at it, whether it's direct or indirect. But the point here is that when I'm investing in commodity futures, I'm investing in say, gold or silver today at a price which I think would be the price sometime in the future. That, if I look at the prices of some of these commodities on exchanges like MCX, it gives you the perception of the market as to what direction they think the price is going to move. So if I think the future price is higher than what the spot price today is, it gives me an idea as to the direction, as to what market perception is of the direction of the price movement. So if I'm doing in commodity futures, then it's not just necessarily investment, it can also be trading strategies, jobbing spreads, arbitrage. That is another way of making money in this particular asset class.